Howdy toddy everybody, this is Tommy with Colonel Reb Scale Models coming at you with a final reveal of a build in the background kit that I've been working on for a long time. Finally got it down this year, or end of last year, with my idea of this year I was trying to finish things, and last year too started. I'm going to build and finish kits that I've already started and try to get them through completion while I still build some of the other group builds I want to be a part of. So this is one of those that I had the kit assembled all the way to where it just needed the camouflage, and I was waiting to kind of get my airbrush ready and start getting back into that before I did that, because I wanted to try to somehow simulate the modeled appearance. So this is the Focke-Wulf Ta-183 Huckebein, which means piggyback, literally in German, but it really was named after some kind of raven or something that's in some type of story that causes mischief. This is a jet, actually a little bit more advanced than the Me-262 that was going to replace and be the frontline fighter as it came off the drawing board. It never saw service, it never got out of the prototype stage before the war ended, but as you can see, it does lend itself to some jets that came after. One of those, which was the MiG-15, that they think the Russians got their hands on some of the plans, and they used a lot of the swept wing, center fuselage, actual jet engine, and then the T-shaped tail that you see in the MiG-15. So here's what we have with the finished build. The kit is a Turkish kit, I think. It didn't go together the best. I did some sanding work on the, and I'm going to have some pictures up that I hope to put into the slideshow at the end so that you can see a little bit better. The lighting's not so great in here. But as you can see, what I did, I had a lot of seam work on the top and the bottom. I have it obviously in flight mode. Closed that up. I did the splinter camo on the wings, and then I did the mottled camo on the sides, and then it has kind of a backbone of that same green. All Tamiya colors. I think one of those is olive green, and one of them is a dark green. I'm using the splinter camouflage. Had problems after getting the paint done, and this is all the modeled is with an airbrush, just really close, and just using the dual action. I think I bought a Neo that Hobby Lobby had marked down to like 50 bucks, and so I went ahead and got it, and that's what I used to do that. And I think it uses a 0.5 needle. Just a matter of how much you spray out and then how close you are to the model. But I'm okay with how that looked. The decals on the side had some issues with them, and then really had a lot of issues. Self-inflicted wounds with the splinter camouflage. It's just sometimes with the splinter, you make a mistake, you get some bleed through, and you have to go back and fix it. So it was just a comedy of errors. But I finally got that done. I sprayed it when I was spraying some of the other planes recently from the Pearl Harbor group build. So I said, you know what, when I get the greens out, I'll go ahead and use one of those while I'm spraying from one color to the next. So I got the wing fixed as far as the re-taping and redoing some of the splinter. Got it done. The decals were a disaster. The ones that came with the kit were horrible. Had to wind up getting some. I think I got some from a kit that Papa Dan used. So those decals on the side are solid crosses. The one on top of the wings are open crosses, so it's just the white. And then the swastikas that came with the kit, they're the only ones that I was able to save. And then it has solid crosses underneath the wings. Then I had made this little base before. It's just a round little, $2 or $3, I think maybe $2 wooden one. I sprayed it one of the greens, taped it off using the Tamiya tape, taped off the cross to simulate the cross that's on the actual plane. So it's black, white, and I think that's like the dark green. Other than that, the pilot that came with it, I believe it's a little bit it doesn't look in the scale, but I'm using it. That's the one that came with the kit. It looks a little bit small sitting in there. He looks a little lost. And then the canopy was just masked and sprayed with the same green. Very low part count. I'll have pictures of the actual kit instructions. Very low part count. Again, I probably had this thing built and primered probably 2 or 3 years ago, and then just kind of either lost interest in it or whatever. I think it was just having to get to the camo, and I wanted to do that modeled look, and I didn't think I'd be able to do that with a single action brush with my skill level. So I waited to finally get a dual action that I could use, and then get everything set up, and that's when we went with it. So I'm happy with how that turned out. And then I just like, you know, I put it on the stand at kind of an angle, kind of in flight. I did have, and you can't see it, but you might see it in pictures I take, there's some splattering of some little white flakes and stuff that got into the clear when I sprayed the Tamiya flat clear. It like spit, and it's like, are you freaking kidding me? At the very end, about to finish, and then it goes and does something like that. So it was almost near impossible to get out, so, you know, I left it as it is. So from a distance, you can't see it. When you get close, you can, and you'll probably see it in the pictures. But that's it. That is the Focke-Wulf Ta-183 German experimental jet fighter, because it never got into production. But if you noticed, like I said, you can notice that there's some definite MiG-15 look about it, with the swept wings, the T-tail, and the centerline jet engine. But that's it. That is the Huckebein. It's done. It's ready for the shelf, and I'm okay with it. I wouldn't mind having a different kit, maybe see if it goes together a little bit better, but overall it's not too bad. So anyway, as always, hotty toddy, and God bless.